From the Bay Area, welcome to RiotRadio.us, a unrehearsed, assembled program presenting inside opinions on various open-air topics of the day. Yep.
Yeah, this is Marcus Vaughn and Brian David coming right at you. You know, today we're going to be talking about money and who's got the money. This is sure to be a topic that everyone on this planet can relate to. You know, if you want to eat or drink, you need money, obviously. If you want to have a place to live, you need money, or a place to piss, maybe.
Yeah.
Porta potty. If you want to, if you want to be able to afford to get married or have a girlfriend, by the way, money is the only thing that's going to get you there. Because no money, no honey. By the way, I'll tell you that much.
What about a car? Don't you want to drive?
Of course. No. I'd rather fly or ride in the RiotRadio.us limousine, of course.
Sweet, sweet, absolutely.
That's right.
So we're not going to try to sell you any kind of get-rich schemes or anything. Let's just think about all the ways and things you can do and the things you need to obtain money.
Okay. Well, you can always get a job, by the way, and that's obvious.
Yeah.
We have to have a job because doing the show really isn't really helping me with the money grab.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just like to join in the fun with our listeners and have a good time, man. But right now, here we go. We got some advertisers going on, but it's really a little tight right now for everybody.
Everybody has to work. Okay, yeah, me too.
Okay.
But let's face it. In these times right now, things are very tight. If you're trying to find a job, there's not that many good jobs out there. There's not that any job, not just a really good job.
Right.
They're just hard to find. When I was living in Las Vegas, the unemployment rate was pretty sky high. So even if you are working or if you're not working, people are being creative on coming up with different ways to get some extra cash.
Right.
So here's another. Speaking of unemployment, if you happen to have lost your job, you can actually do. I'm sure you've tried it, and if you're getting it, you're getting it. But that is an income.
It is an income, and that is for sure, Brian. Many other ways of such as starting a business, or selling items, or even filing for disability benefits. For heaven's sakes, man, I would never want to file for disability benefits, but that's the way of bringing
it's there for a reason,
money.
And if you really need it,
I know that people who have, some people that have like second jobs, third jobs, and have no life. It really sucks that most of us have to chase the dollars around just to be slaves of our greenback system.
That's the bottom. That is the truth.
It's true.
It's really kind of interesting. Like in some countries, especially like France, the government makes them take a mandatory 8-week vacation. 8 weeks.
8 weeks, I wish.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be cool, huh?
So they have to take 8 weeks a year.
Yeah, that was sweet.
If they happen to be sick during any of the days when they're on vacation,
I see, sir.
they have to make that day up with another vacation day.
You think so?
So let me ask you this. I mean, do you think like our country, could possibly be turned into a country like France and have a little more of a socialistic system?
That would be kind of cool, but far from it. I don't think our country's going to do that. But I'd like to have a nice possessions just like the next guy. Maybe that's what it means to be an American.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be American,
absolutely. And that's right, folks. We are Americans.
Yes, we are.
If you are listening from outside the United States, I'm
go.
sure you can relate to the fact that people want to better themselves and can really care less about anyone else. Now, I know that sounds very harsh. Doesn't it sound harsh?
Yeah, kind of.
And people do care, but unfortunately, we can't be responsible for everybody's else's, their lot in life.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a matter of us trying to.
No, I think it's a matter of us, trying to, what is it a matter of us to try to what? Try to what?
We want to.
Well, hey, I get your point on that, but I just want to, just because I want more, it doesn't make anybody a bad person or me a bad person. Just as long as I don't hurt anyone, no one else hurts anybody just by wanting more, just to get their financial picture out there. I want more than anyone else, more than Joe Smith, more than Joe Brown over here, and but one has the right to do what they want to do, or really do they? I mean, when you think about it, I mean, destroying the environment is really wrong.
Absolutely.
How like corporations have actually, or businesses have actually dumped in our rivers.
Oh, yeah, the pollutants and stuff.
Look
and
at
they're
the
being
Gulf
very
Stream.
irresponsible.
I don't want to get everybody uptight, pissed
Leaking
off.
oil
but,
into our ocean.
Yeah, I mean, destroying the environment is totally wrong. But let me shift off this point. Let me go on a different point here, because I've had to sell my own personal things.
Mm-hmm.
That I would like to, have
Yeah,
liked to
sure,
have.
like some of your guitars and stuff.
Yeah, of course. But either my rent was due at the time.
Yeah.
Or I was just coming up, short at the end. I couldn't even buy groceries. But you know what? What am I going to say about
when you get
that?
to the end of the month and you got all your other bills coming up and you're barely getting through. And you want to
Well,
be
we've
able
all
to,
been
you want to
there,
be able
yeah.
to, make
We're
ends meet,
striving.
basically. Okay, well, you know what? That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
So,
middle class.
what are good ways that people can earn money, and what are some of the wrong ways to get money?
Well, I would really like to talk about first both ways.
Okay.
So, I know this is kind of weird. Let's go on one trail. Let's
Sure.
talk about, I'd say the most unethical ways, going this way,
Mhm.
is one that can obtain illegitimate money,
Mhm.
is obviously stealing. So,
Yeah.
stealing from friends or stealing from the public, it's all the same.
Yeah, it's
It's
illegal.
it's
folks,
illegal,
and,
right. So,
eventually
we don't wanna
there's
go
a place
that route.
called jail waiting for you.
Right, so besides the obvious ways, like stealing, what are the other ways, like positive ways to get money? What do you think, Brian?
well,
you got any idea?
There are a lot of ways that people can come in and make extra money.
Okay.
Can you
I'd like to
think
hear
of
about
Can you think of any other? Can you think of a way?
Well, at this point in the show, we would like to, you, the listeners, to actually send in your money-making ideas to us.
Wait a minute, stop that.
Come on.
Marcus,
We're
come on.
gonna-
Don't try to con our listeners out of their money-making ideas.
No, but we
Okay?
want to bring them in. We want to bring their opinion
Sorry,
in.
folks.
That's-
He thought maybe you'd give him an idea. He doesn't
well,
have any.
freely sharing these ideas, it's not unethical,
No,
right?
it's
I mean,
not. It's not.
But what we really need or mean is to send in your comments here, on this topic, and we'll go ahead and air them on a later show,
Absolutely.
probably.
Absolutely.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this topic is so diverse it really can't be covered in one show. I just really want to narrow it down just a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
can we
think
do that?
I think we can. I can think of one big way that people can get money, and that's from the government. Especially under the the
Sure.
current Democratic
Okay.
administration. They're known for handing out a lot more money than the Republicans.
Yeah.
So,
there
it's
are
out
really.
there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think there's really many people, Brian, in this country that are outraged by the able-bodied people that are really getting like government assistance. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
that's
I do
another
too.
topic here,
I think that there's all kinds of forms of abuse, and they're being used against just about every social program out there. I mean, I used to work at a supermarket, and
Okay.
I used to see people who looked pretty damn well off. They would come up to pay for their items, and they'd break out their welfare or EBT cards.
You're talking about like food stamps,
Yeah,
maybe?
they use cards now. They don't use the food stamps.
Okay.
And
I've used them.
they would have a wad of cash on them that would be really nice to look at, and you'd be going, God, I could use that wad of cash.
Sure.
Okay? I'm sure everybody would. Okay. And I used to watch them leave, and
Okay.
I kind of look out the window and I'd see them get into some pretty nice, expensive-looking cars, and they'd drive away and they'd have a little grin on their face because they know that they just basically are ripped off the system.
Okay. Okay. That really irks me. I mean, I'm telling you, I would call them sycophants at that.
What was
Do
that?
they have any sycophants?
Okay.
They don't, they all have the same thing in common. They're just stealing from the, system.
Okay.
Okay, but, what do you think of this? I would put it like a Pandora's box now.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Well, I can tell you what they kind of all
I think
have in
it's kind
common. They all have this in common, and it may be a little bit of a can of worms.
Okay.
But let me just
It
say
is?
that English was not their second language.
Oh,
folks.
wow.
I'm sure
You know,
you understand.
Let me just, look, a lot of citizens, Brian, American citizens at that, and immigrants pretty much know how to work the system,
They do.
I wish there were more official resources to really crack down on this.
Oh yeah.
So, how about welfare fraud? What about welfare fraud and how there is just a lot going on that whole aspect?
Yep.
Welfare fraud, insurance fraud, all that kind of stuff.
Section 8 housing fraud.
Section 8 projects.
You know,
Collecting
there's
child
a lot
support
of
and
money.
welfare at the same time and having more babies is a scam, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Total scam, dude. That's fucked.
It's really sad because they have they have people that are receiving
You know,
welfare and they don't mind having more and more babies. And
Yeah.
I love
Well,
children and everything,
so
but
do I.
they're bringing these kids into the world
Pro-life, right?
as basically as a paycheck. And and they don't care for these kids, but they need the kids because they're able to get extra money
It's using
from
the
our
system.
government. And those are called, I think the term is anchor babies. Because
Anchor babies.
They're able to
Interesting.
use that money, use those babies to collect money.
Okay,
And-
well, getting back to your topic at hand.
Okay, there are good programs offered to any citizens
Okay.
or persons with legal status, okay, that it will depend on your personal status as far as whether or not you're married, whether or not you have children, minor children you're supporting, but there are millions of dollars out there.
Maybe billions of dollars.
Now, I think it's probably more in the millions, because of these days, I mean,
Okay.
that's
We can.
that's
I don't know if
more
I agree with
realistic.
that.
Okay.
Send in your comments.
Okay, you just have to know how to go out there, reach out and grab for them. Because
Okay.
no one's gonna do it for you.
Right.
Free federal grants are being
Free.
funded by the US government,
Yeah.
okay, and there's also private foundations every day that are doing this. And you wanna ask, how are they funded?
Okay. Well,
Okay.
partly I think through tax
It's
dollars, maybe.
through tax dollars,
Of
but
course.
also,
Here we go again.
also private foundations use these grants as tax write-offs.
Okay.
And that
That's a
means
tax
that they
write-off.
just have so much money that they need to get rid of it, and God, I'd love to have that problem. I would
You
give
know
that-
what? I
give
would
that
love
a
to
grant.
have that problem.
Yeah, I'd give you a
You know,
grant if I could.
I guess having a problem of having so much money really is a problem, right? Is it an issue?
It is, I mean, that's,
What can our people in the audience use this money for, though, Brian?
well,
Set aside so.
they can start a business with this money.
Okay.
They can go to college, but now be careful too, because
Maybe
this is
buy a
not
house.
a student loan, so technically you do not have to pay it back.
So it's a grant.
Grant.
It's not a loan.
Student
we're talking
loans you
about
have
here.
to pay back, and I'm sure a lot of us know all too well about those.
Okay.
You can help you buy a house, pay medical bills,
I would like
personal
that.
needs as well.
I think that is
Okay,
cool.
now, it's a fact that ordinary people and businesses
Okay.
across the United States are receiving millions of dollars from federal government grants and privately foundation grants every day. And I think it's time that we made, at least you and I, on this show, people and our listeners, go out there and make the attempt and see if, at least whether or not you do qualify
Okay.
for these free government monies.
I would love to do that right now, actually.
Yeah.
But, I know that who can apply on this. Anyone that's 18 or older.
Okay.
Free government grants from $500 to $50,000 are really possible on this. So, do these grants have to be paid back? No. No,
Oh,
hell
yes, yes,
no. No.
yeah,
Can this be your way to cut off a piece of the American, dream? You bet your ass.
You bet.
Here you
bet.
go.
Okay, so we invite our audience to come and check out our website, and we'll have links up there and that show
Come over here.
you how to get started in obtaining these free government
For
grants.
sure.
Okay, so go to riotradio.us.
US.
Okay, for all the links and much more. It's a very cool website. There's some neat stuff on there. But let me just remind you that there is no guarantee of receiving any money. So
No.
remember this: be aggressive, because you will be dealing with bureaucrats.
Yeah. You know what? I just think that's just a lot of red tape for all you guys folks
Tons
out
and
there.
tons and tons. Be ready.
If you're lucky enough to score some cash from Uncle Sam, you should have a plan on how this money can change your life. It will.
Yeah,
change your life.
absolutely. I mean, I'd say number one is go to Vegas.
Oh, put it
all
on
on black.
no, all on black.
All on black.
No, red on 18.
Red on 18. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. No. Actually, you want to use the money to better yourself.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll just win the lottery all.
Yeah,
let's put it
we
this
all
way.
know that'll happen. So so
Let's buy
please,
tickets.
feel free to send in your comments and help us seek the truth wherever it lies.
Of course.
All topics and suggestions will be
Be
considered.
considered.
Okay.
So, anyways, until next time, this is riotradio.us. Just live, love, and take care of each other. And peace out.
Okay. Good night then.